All right, so we are going to be working on the present card. So this is one example. You can kind of do it any color you want. I'm going to actually be doing it with some different color presents now. So these are the things you are going to need for this card. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need a pencil or something to write with for the inside. I have markers and crayons to color the inside portion. You're going to need a glue stick. You're going to need an outside color. I think I'm going to do brown for mine. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then my present shapes. So I have 2 different size rectangles and 2 different size squares. Again, these can be whatever colors you want. It's your present, it's up to you. You do not have to use all these sizes either, I'm going to show you. And the last thing you're going to want is scrap paper, just to add to the decorations, or you can also draw on these like wrapping paper. So it's completely up to you. I just have a bunch of like scraps from when I was cutting stuff left over, different colors, that I'm going to be using for the ribbons. Okay, so gather your supplies and let's get started. When I'm making my cards, I like to always start out with my base. So my base is going to be my brown paper, and this is going to be what my card is. And I like to just get this ready and out of the way, so as I'm doing my other pieces, I can glue it in and kind of build as I go. So for all cards, all you're going to do is we're going to make like a little book. I'm going to take it and fold it corner to corner. So I take my sides, and then as I line them up, I'm going to press it down, and there it is. So this card, to fit, because I want to fit my presents, I'm going to make it go like this. So when you open it, it's going to open like this. Some of the other cards, you can flip them and make them go like this. This one I like to do this way. You could do it the other way if you wanted to. But I'm also going to be doing my writing. That's a half sheet that looks like this. So I finished that. Now I'm going to work on my presents. Again, here are my presents. I have 4. You do not have to use all 4. Here is a sample of one I've done. You can do 3 presents, you could do 4, you can add bows, you can add designs. So if you want, like I said, you can add designs to these. You do not have to. So like maybe you want to do, I'm just grabbing a marker and I'm going to do some stripes. All right, I think I like that. I'm going to figure out how to put these on in a minute. I'm going to get some of my scraps and I'm going to make it look like they're wrapped with ribbons, okay? So it's really easy. All you're going to do is, I'm going to use green on this one to go with my green dots. So all you do, so how I do it, I am going to put, you can either put glue on the strip or you can put it on your actual present and you glue it down. You can see it's hanging off a little bit. It's fine. All we're going to do is take my scissors on the back side and just trim it off right against it. So I have that. And then I'm going to also do it going this way as well. I only did that because I like mine to kind of all match a little bit. That's just how I'm doing presents. Yours don't need to at all. That's just things I like to do. So next is I'm going to kind of figure out how I want them to go. I kind of like it when they are a little overlapped and maybe I want that one to kind of be on top. Maybe I'll stack these. Okay, let me do that. I'm going to do that. And then And the fun thing about this is you get to really make it yours. So just move it around and see where you like everything, because it's your art. I think I'm gonna do mine like that. Okay, so I'm gonna glue down. Make sure if you are layering, like I have different layers on mine, you can see they're under. Just make sure you're gluing down your bottom layer first. So I'm gonna glue this one down first. All right, so mine, I have these glued down. You can see mine are hanging over the edge, so I am going to really quickly trim it. Easiest way to do it is open up your card and do what we did on the presents, and you just line up our scissors and cut off that extra. And there we go. So I have one more step I like to do, and I like to add bows, and I'm going to show you how I make some of the bows. They're pretty simple. I'm actually going to show you with some of my bigger ones just so you can see it before I do it with my little ones. So you're going to just need, again, your strips of paper. I'm going to make my real bows with my little ones. I just want to show you how I do it really quick. And so I'm going to use a little bit fatter ones just so it's clearer. So one thing basically for most of the bows, all you're going to do is we're going to make a loop or a ring. So grab one of your strips and you're just going to put some glue on the end and then wrap it around, make a circle, and press it down so it sticks. Okay, so I have my ring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I like to put the part I just glued and I like to hold it there, and then I kind of press it flat. So you're going to kind of fold it. Okay. So I'm going to show you a way to make it so it looks more like a bow shape, but I'm also going to show you what it looks like if I don't do this next step. So for this one, it's a little extra step, but it's okay. So you're going to fold it flat. So now you have this rectangle, and then you're going to fold it in half this way. So you have a really tiny rectangle. And you can see here's the fold. What I'm going to do is put your fold at the top, so it like opens up like this. And with my scissors, I'm going to cut almost like I'm doing a triangle. So I'm going up, but I'm not going to the center. I'm just going to go over to the side a little bit. Okay, so it just makes a nice angle, almost like I'm making an A. And then I'm going to flip it over. Again, this is my folded side. I'm going to start at my corner and I'm going to go up again, just diagonal, just a little bit, and cut it off. Okay. So now when you open it up, it should be fatter at the ends and then it goes in skinnier in the middle. Okay. And you can see, I can still open it up, it's still a ring. Your next step is you're going to want another piece of your strips. And I like to do it the same color, you don't have to. This piece doesn't need to be very big. So you're going to put glue in the middle part, put your strip on. Okay, so now it looks like this. And then what you're going to do is just wrap it around the bow. And once you've wrapped it once, so you could glue it here and cut that off if you want, or you can keep going. It's up to you. I'm going to glue that. Really only needs to go one time. I'm going to glue it down, press it, and then just trim off this extra. Okay. So now it looks like a little bow tie, which is exactly what we want. And I'm going to let it sit for a minute before I do the next step, just because I want that glue to dry. So I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flatten that ring out, make it go down flat. And then this one I'm not going to actually cut. I'm just going to show you what it looks like if we don't cut it. So all I'm going to do is my same exact thing I just did. Get my other strip, and you can do a different size or the same size. So this is the same size as this. So I'm going to get my other strip, press it down, and then wrap it around. Okay. And press. And I'm going to trim off this. Okay. So again, this one's really simple looking. I'm going to set that aside. The other type of bow you can make is you can get 3 of the strips. I'm going to use different colors because I don't have any that are all 3 the same color. And you want to make the circles about the same size. So that and what you do is, so 1, there's 1 more. Oh, let's see. So I have 3, and if this were the top of my present, what I would do is I'm going to put 1 in the middle, like this. And then all you do is you put glue on the paper. I'm going to put my other one, and I'm going to make it kind of diagonal a little bit like this. And it goes a little inside my other one. And then my last one, I'm going to do the same thing, but diagonal going this way. And it's like one of those little bows that has little bumps. It's all the same color. It looks more like it. But that's all you do for that one. Just make 3 loops and glue them down. That one's a pretty simple one. Let me show you how we finish up these ones. So right now it's flat. Once you've glued it down, so you would take this part, glue this down onto your bow, or your present, sorry. And then what you're gonna do is stick your finger in between. Because remember, we made a ring. So these actually are 3D once I open them. I'm gonna stick my finger in and kind of press it in to make it stand up. I'm gonna do that on both sides. Okay, so and stick it in. And then you can see it actually looks like a bow. Same thing for this one. You would glue it down, put that on, and then once it's glued down to your paper, you're gonna press the sides. An easy way to do it too is use a pencil and put it in and press. And press them. Make them stand up. And again, you have a bow. Another thing you can do to these is you can add the ribbons coming down. It's very easy to do. All you do is you're gonna cut a strip. I like to just have one at the length I want, and then I double it because I fold it in half like this. And what I do to the end is here's my folded side, here's my open side. On my open side, I just cut a triangle out of the bottom part. It doesn't have to be perfect. So it looks like this. And then what I do is I take where it's folded and I kind of spread it a little bit like this. And then I put my bow right on top and it looks like a little ribbon hanging down, like I actually tied those presents. So you can go ahead and do whatever bows you want on yours. Another thing you can do is draw on them. You can just draw the bows. You don't have to put bows. You have real ribbon, you want to use real ribbon, you could also do that. I'm going to go ahead and do mine really quick and then show you when it's done. So I finished mine. You can see I actually tried a different little bow where I just rolled the paper around my pencil. I also did a double layer one where I just did the same thing, but I had 2 loops that I put together. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm sure someone is going to love it.